Okay, folks, good morning. It is 10 something on Memorial Day of 2014. I am Isaac David Brigmond, and I want to talk to y'all today. Excuse the way I look. I don't look that good when I wake up. Just woke up. But anyway, I want to talk to y'all something. Now, when I say things about myself, I'm not trying to make a point of trying to get, I don't want to sound racist or nothing, but if you're going to learn who I am, then you got to understand that a good Christian man, or one that tries to be a good Christian man, will describe himself to you, not to be racist, but to basically just say, look, this is me, so now you know what you're dealing with. Not anything bad, because racism, don't bring it in my place. Satan worshiping, don't bring it in my place. God worshiping, bring it all in. Bring every bit of it in. I am into it. So it goes like this. I'm a white male, age 33. And sorry about that. I wasn't hesitating. I was just trying to fix my face. Okay. And I've got sinus trouble, so if I sound funny, it's because I'm a little stuffed up in the nose. I usually am kind of in the mornings. And also, I was from Broxton, Georgia. I live in Hazelhurst, Georgia now. I've been doing this for some time. And I want y'all to do something for me. If you go outside and see a veteran, thank them for their time they spent in the war. Because this is Memorial Day 2014, and we all need to thank our veterans. We need to understand that they died for, some died for our freedom, some survive and have wounds from our freedom. My granddad, which was my mother's father, if he was alive today, he would have what is known as side effects from malaria, which causes you as an older person to shake a lot when you're trying to lay down. But that's something that you have to endure when you're out there in the battle zone. Endure things like that. You know it's going to happen, so you might as well get used to it. But anyhow, you know I try to speak only godly things to you in this world. But I also got to tell you, pray, because the devil's been working hard on me. I know last night, I was up kind of late last night because there are times I don't sleep as well as I should. And last night, I had gotten in from I've been in a while from going to church at the church I used to go to in Broxton. See, I'm considered like a part-time member of that church. And I had came back from being there, and I'd been here some time, and someone's car alarm was going off, and then I thought something bad was happening, and I'd seen flashing outside, and I swore the law was there. I'd said the law was there. Come to find out it was that thundering and lightning from the rain that was going on outside, and then there's that. Then the next thing you know, then there's the one about the alarm went off again, and then at the second time, it kind of spooked me out a little. I was a little nervous, and I want to tell y'all something. Don't feel ashamed if you are talking to somebody about a person and you don't feel comfortable telling names about them. Because as long as God knows who you're talking about and you ask prayer for these people to the Lord, then all you got to do when you ask folks to pray for someone is say, look, I know some folks that need prayer, and I'm asking, would you pray for them? And if it's, say, God knows who they are, because, so then some people will pray for them, but some folks will try to push you till you finally say their names. But if you don't feel comfortable doing that, you don't have to my point of view. But I just want y'all to know, with me, I'm not going to push y'all to have to tell me who it is, because if it's a private issue, I understand. Sometimes there's private issues that only you and the Lord need to know about. I understand that. And to get the record straight, do you remember what I said a while ago, what I was? A 33-year-old white male from South Georgia. So why is it that a lot of you folks take it upon yourself to say I'm a Mexican when I'm not? It doesn't bother me that much, but it's just that dark dark skin or red. There is a form of white people that are either dark skinned, as in have a little darkness to them, or if they have a little darkness to their skin, there's three kinds of white people. There's white people, which is basically, I never really saw a white person. I saw what I was. And do I look like I'm snowy colored? I don't look snowy colored. Why do they say white? I don't get it. We may be cream colored, more like it, but that cream is what they call white in their case. And I'm talking about like a brown cream, but, like a blush, like a very light blush color, almost a peachy brown color. Then there's the dark-skinned white people, which is the white people that look like they have like a smutty tan color on them. And then there's the red white people. Now what is that? That's those white people that have like some red in with what they call white, which is really kind of brown, but they call it white. And I'm going to tell you something. No matter what I may be in those categories, I'm still considered Caucasian. Let's just get it straight. Black people are not black people. They're called African American or a Negro. A white person is not a white person. They are Caucasian. So if you see me, I am a 33-year-old Caucasian. I'm not trying to make something of it. I'm just saying I get tired of people using stereotypes on folks when they don't know who they're talking about. Hold on a minute. Oh. But some of you people have took it upon yourself to say, hold on here. Now some of you folks have took it upon yourself to say you know what kind of person I am. And I'll tell you, no, you don't know. You don't know, and you probably never will know. And, devil, I know it's going to sound weird, but any person that worships the devil, any person that does this willingly or you do it and don't know you're doing it, please, if you worship the devil by knowledge or by, sort of like, I guess if you do something and meant to do it, or if you do something and didn't know you were doing it, then when you do it and know you're doing it, it's directly. If you do it and don't know you're doing it, I guess it's indirectly. So in that case, remember, my metaphors I'm using now, directly means you do it knowing you're doing it, and indirectly means you're doing it and you don't know you're doing it, but you like doing it, even if you know you're doing it or not. Okay? So, whether you worship the devil by knowledge, which is directly, or don't know you're doing it and it's indirectly, please, would you stop this? Because when you decide that you take it upon yourself to harm another human being physically, you are basically worshiping the devil, whether you know it or not, because you love abuse, you love doing things to folks you don't know who they are and what they stand for. And I don't want that in my life. I don't want nobody trying to tell me that for some reason I've done something to you that I don't know you. Or I know you and I don't know you well enough to even harm you because that's not my deal. If I'm too busy right now causing myself to be hoarse at times, fussing with the devil for him to leave and never come back here, then why would I even take the time to even want to do anything harmful to anybody? But it seems as though people have decided they know me well, and they know what I'm going to do and say in my future. Now look, if you pay attention to me, watch what I do and see how I act, you might find out that there might be a day when you see me doing what I'm supposed to, and you didn't even realize it. And you won't realize it because you're too busy trying to tell me I'm wrong all the time. I'm not saying that I'm done wrong all my life. I'm just saying I do wrong just like the Lord says you will do wrong and you will ask for forgiveness for those wrongs. Yeah, I agree, I will, and I am. But don't get there all out, like, oh, you did such and such. And then now, you got me figured out because you think you know me all that well. Folks, if you don't know somebody, do not go telling them what they've done or hadn't done, and you don't know them. I've seen folks look folks like me in the eyeballs, tell them what they're doing, and didn't even know them well enough to even talk to them straight. Look, if you want to deal with me on the basis that you have to learn that I will come to you, or you will come to me, willing and ready to do anything and everything the Lord told you to do for Him and for others, even if that means sitting down, reading the Bible, and praying together. Look, I've been through some things in my life as I grew older, where I learned I had to sit down and read places in the Bible and pray to the Lord that these situations got worked out. Like the one about, if you ever go through a situation in your life where you know, or if you know that something's going to happen bad, or if you don't know if something's going to happen bad. Okay, get an example. Say you got to go somewhere, and you don't know what the whole situation is about. All you know is someone said, please come to such and such place at such and such time. So you say, sure, I know these people, but I don't know what they're up to. Then your best bet is to go and pray about it and read Daniel. Because Daniel is about Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego and the fiery furnace. We all have a fiery furnace, metaphorically speaking, to go through. When you get into a situation that you did not plan, like if somebody asks you to go to a certain place at a certain time and you don't know if the devil's going to be there or not, then if you get there and the devil is there and puts trouble upon you and it wasn't trouble you were looking for, it was looking for you, then what you do is you pray before you leave that the Lord will get you out of your fiery furnace, because that stressful, dangerous situation was a fiery furnace you didn't hunt for. It hunted for you, and you didn't even know it was going to be there. So what you do about something like that is you take that situation and you say, well, Lord, I'm going to go somewhere the next day. I don't know what's going to happen. All I know is someone invited me to go somewhere, but I don't know what the activities are going to be when I get there. So I'm nervous. I don't know if the devil's going to be there or not. So if I get put in the fiery furnace, so to speak, will you help me get out unscathed like Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego? Would you please help me? Because I don't want to burn up in the metaphorical fire, which basically means in real life you would end up in some trouble you can't get out of, and it wasn't trouble you were looking for, it was looking for you. Now if you go out looking for trouble, then you might as well expect to get burnt all to crisp by that metaphorical fire, which is that trouble that you put yourself in, which means you're probably going to get beat up, hurt, or something. But if you go through this not knowing what's going to happen, you say, dear Lord, I just read about Daniel and about Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego, and I want to be like them. I want to be able to go through my metaphorical fire as they went through the real fire and be able to come out unscathed and unharmed. And to know that I went through something I didn't know what was going to happen. And I went through a situation recently, I'm not going to mention things, where I was told to go somewhere, and I didn't know if the devil was going to be there or not. So I went, and I found out it was something so devil-free. I didn't know it. God was there, devil wasn't there. See, God's always with you, but you never know if it's just you and God and whoever else is going to be somewhere, or if it's you, God, and the other people and the devil too. So I found out all it was somebody wanted to tell me something. And that was the only way they could have done it. And when I found that out, I thought, oh, so somebody wanted to talk to me, and that's the only way they felt they could do it, because that's the only way they felt comfortable about it. And when they done what they had to do, I was okay with it. I was fine with it. But I didn't know. So the moral of the story is, you don't know when you are invited somewhere who's going to show up, and you don't know if one of the people showing up is Satan. Satan needs to take and leave your situations alone and let God prevail and win. But he won't never do it because he's too busy trying to ruin your life. He gets you nervous all the time, and you'll be on pins and needles with the devil. The devil will be like, hey man, you remember that situation that you went through before? Maybe so-and-so's trying to get you, and you're thinking Satan. So you're trying to tell me what happened some days ago. Oh, so-and-so is trying to get me, and that's why that thing happened so many days ago. I look at it like this. Why would the devil even waste his time knowing if you're for God, he's got nothing on you? Same thing for you veterans out there. You know that once you come out from the war ain't over for you. You still got to deal with the same war I am in. So basically, we're in a platoon, God's platoon, and we got to understand that it don't matter if you're a Marine veteran, an Army veteran, a Navy veteran, a National Guard veteran, any kind of veteran, you will find yourself, no matter if you're a sniper veteran or a Special Forces veteran, you still got to go through a battle. And guess what? I'm in your army too, because if you're for the Lord, like the song, like one of the songs I believe is part of the See, I believe that there are some songs that belong in the God's military songbook. And one of them is Keep on the Firing Line. And we all got to do like that song says. We must fight, be brave against all evil. Never run or even lag behind. If you would win for God in the right, just keep on the firing line. And when it says soldier, what God means is each man, woman, and child that believes in the Lord is a part of his army. And we got to wise up. And there is nothing wrong with you doing a ceremony where you lay hands on a person or a building and try to vanquish the devil. You put your hands on the walls of a building and you say, I vanquish you, devil, and you get mad at the devil and you say every kind of kind word you can to the devil. Harsh kindness. What is harsh kindness? When you say, I rebuke you, devil, in the name of the Lord, to get out of this building and never come back. I mean, you just get rude with it in that manner. You get rude with the devil the way God expects you to be rude to Satan. You don't give him no lovey-dovey nothing. You go and hate the devil with a passion. And do it in the name of the Lord. And do it the way the Lord said to. Because if we don't do it, a lot of people are just going to start saying that, well, nobody cares enough to get the devil out of my life. Maybe everybody wants Satan in my life. Hold the phone. Did I say that? I never said that. You heard somebody say that to you. Now, how did they say it? They may have said it with their words. They may have said it with nothing more than their actions. And they said, oh, you are this so-and-so guy. Yeah. Well, and maybe they said, hey, look, you do what you want to with your beliefs, and I'll do what I want to with my beliefs. Right there, that told you that they don't care what you believe in, so you might as well go worship Buddha. Buddha? I don't know about all that. I'd rather go for God and Jesus. But the point is, people just don't make no sense anymore. And they want you to be making the sense while they're supposed to be nonsense folks. Oh, I'm supposed to be perfect Joe. Now you said, wait a minute, your name ain't Joe, your name's Isaac. I know, but for metaphorical sake, let's just say people want you to be perfect Joe while they can say and do what they want to and get away with anything. But I better let y'all go. I took too much time. But the main thing I wanted to say was, please help vanquish the devil from people, places, and things. Please, every time Veterans Day comes around, which today is the 26th of May 2014, which is Memorial Day 2014, worship God, Because God is your general, your sergeant, your major, and you need to respect him in this war we go through with the devil. And honor the real veterans, which are Army, Navy, Marines, armed forces. And respect people that are trying to help you get out of your trouble you're in with the whole entire world. Because last time I checked, if there is a man, woman, or child trying to put you in the path of God, say, yes, sir, no, sir. Yes, sir, I will follow the Lord. No, sir, I won't follow the devil. Yes, sir, yes, ma'am, I will follow the devil. No, sir, no, ma'am, I will. Yeah, I'll follow the devil, follow him to hell. And then say, hey, devil, now that I've ran you back to hell, will you stay there and let's see if we can fix that door where it won't never open again so you can't come back on earth? Yeah, that kind of follow hell and the devil. But to follow him as in to worship him? No, I don't think so. Like like how in a war, how it's been known that one side will try to follow the other one back to where they're from and tell them, you stay here and we're going to make sure you can't come back to where we are. Well, yeah, that kind of follow and all, but never follow as in like worship him. You should say, to correct the situation there, say, yes, sir, yes, ma'am, I will follow God. No, sir, no, ma'am, I will not follow the devil. No, sir, I will not follow the devil. No, ma'am, I will not follow the devil. Yes, sir, I will follow God. Yes, ma'am, I will follow God. Now, who are you, yes, sir, and then no, sir, and then yes, ma'am, and then no, ma'am, into about God and the devil? The people that have stuck by you through thick and through thin, that are older than you and tried to turn you to the Lord. Now look, it don't matter how young or old people are. You need to make sure they get it right with the Lord. And I got to let y'all go because it took up too much time. But this is basically, if you want to know what you call this video, it is me telling you, honor the veterans, and that this is Memorial Day 2014, and help in the crusade to vanquish the devil from all places, all people, and all objects. And also, if you are a veteran of a battle war, you are going to also be a new soldier of a spiritual war with us, God, and the devil, and his followers. So, just remember, your troubles ain't over yet. We may have had all these other people like the communist Asians and the communist Russians and Nazis from Germany, which to me a Nazi is no more than a person who follows Hitler. If an American person follows Hitler, then he's an American Nazi. If he follows Hitler and he is Asian, he's an Asian Nazi. I'm not trying to be rude, but I label folks based on crimes. I don't label good people. There is no such a thing as a black man. There is a Negro. There is no such a thing as a white man. There is a Caucasian. There is no such a thing as, like Germany, good Germans are just Germans. Bad Germans are like people that follow Hitler. Those kind of bad Germans, they're Nazis from Germany. Now, if you believe in Hitler and you're from America, then you're an American Nazi. That's the only way I'm doing it. But now, if you're talking about good people, then good people are what they are. A Mexican man is if he's good to you, then, and if he's from this country, but he's still Mexican, if he's good to you and you're good to him and y'all get along like friends, then he's your Mexican-American amigo. Or just your friend who happens to be from Mexico. Or just your friend, depending on the situation you got with them. And you should treat people like this every day. Look, there could right now be a man named Jose who could be from Mexico, who could be basically your Mexican partner in Christ. Partner as in friend. Don't go around thinking, oh, now you're talking about gay. What? Oh, so you don't think that a husband and wife can be partners? Or boyfriend and girlfriend? Ooh, see? So, to clarify, I am a hard on the devil, straightforward with God, sensitive, straight in my sexuality, 33-year-old, Caucasian, South Georgia, male. I don't back down from the devil. I get bulldogish when you make fun of the Lord, because I hate it when people make fun of the Lord. I don't hate people. I just hate, if I gotta hate people, then I hate the internal self, not the external self. Internal self, get it right, because you're going to be hated by people like me if you don't get it right. Now the you see in the mirror, I don't have a problem with that part. It's the internal you, the one that you see through the eyes, heart, and soul of a person. The one that looks like if it's red with love, then it's a good one. If it's dark, it's cold, it's evil. And we need to make sure that our inner self is love red, not jet black cold. And I'm just saying, so you pray for me every time I speak about the Lord. I'm trying to show you my ministry and my love for you. God ordained me to never say bad about Him, and to always say good about Him, and to preach the good word to you. So every time you see me preaching on YouTube, that is my church, that is my ministry, and it is to you and to everybody out there who can get a hold of this. And please, world, if you know somebody that wants to see these videos and they don't know how to speak English, translate it to them if you can, or find a way for them to get a chance to see what I say on my videos in English or in Spanish or in German or in whatever language they speak, because I don't want people to miss out on the positivity I speak of, because I'm here for you people, and I'm here for God too, because we got to understand that every time our back is unattended, the devil is trying to our back is never unattended. The devil is trying to attend our backs. See, we think that when we turn our back on the world, and I don't mean that as in like emotionally, like you give up on the world. I'm talking about literally when things are going on behind you, that kind of thing. I'm not talking about, oh, I just gave up on the world. I'm talking about that. It's called when your back is not attended. What happens is the devil, he's the one looking at your back, and he's saying, I'm going to do something behind this guy's back when he ain't looking, and I'm going to cause trouble for him and whoever he deals with. But guess what? If you believe in God strongly and you pray to God and you ask the Lord, see, that gospel song, Lord, I hope this day is good, that's not just a song, it's also something you should pray. You should pray, Lord, I hope this day is good, and I pray that it will be good. And you keep on being that way. And you pray, you seek God's faith, you read the Bible, and you understand that the Lord will tell you what place in the Bible to read for what situation you're going through. And I've been Daniel a lot lately, because I knew what some people were all about, but some people didn't see it, and I saw it, and I knew that those people that were wrong, they wanted to hurt folks like me because they didn't like what we stood for. Yeah, I know I care about some people I probably shouldn't care about, and I'll admit to that. But the ones I care about them because I feel they have a potential to be better through Christ. If they would just take there are people out there that are cut down the middle. One half of them's for Satan, another half's for God. And they need to get the whole body through to where they can all be a part of Christ, not just my left side's for Christ, my right side's for the devil, or vice versa. You want to be where the whole body is for Christ. And if it takes having to be baptized 100 times or more, and read the Bible 100 times or more, or go to church every day, whatever it takes in the name of the Lord to